Okay, here is a talk through on the fingerings for the upper division of the hornpipe trio. All right, so we'll be starting on the D, third finger on your A string, okay? And remember the rhythm is just dun, 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 okay? So then the first part, the first measure would be 1. Okay, so right here, going between measure 2 and measure 3, you've got your first finger on this B, and then on the next downbeat you have to hit an A sharp, so you have to move back. All right? And then for this application, I'm going to suggest that you go back up for the B. Okay, so all together, starting at measure 1, it's, here's the shift, back up, and then, okay, so now we're at the beginning of line 2, right? Okay, so there's that F sharp that's at the beginning of the second line. Okay, we're going to go straight over to the A string for the C sharp, reach back for that A sharp, and back to the F sharp. So starting at measure 5, which is the beginning of the second line, it's, and continuing. Third line. Okay, so now we're at the second measure on line 3. The first note's a B. Okay, then we have B, G sharp, and F sharp, okay? And what I recommend is that you follow the fingering I put in there. It's B. Just pretend that G sharp is an A flat and play it with your lowered fourth finger. Okay, and then notice I left my first finger down. The second finger goes on the D string right next to it, so it's like an F natural, and then slides up for the F sharp. So here's third line, second measure, B, low 4, low 2, and then up to F sharp. All right, so if I play from the beginning of that line, you can hear it sounds like this. Okay, now that F sharp, you can play the A with an open string and just get your G sharp a whole step above the F. All right, or if you like the fourth finger, you can play. Okay, now you see that during that rest, after the B note, I put set 2 on the D string. What you really need to do is put your second finger right there, pretend it's an F sharp, or excuse me, F natural, all right, and then put your third finger on the G string right next to it. All right, that's really, I think, the only way you're going to be able to get that in tune, because it's just kind of a weird position. We call that half position. So I'm going to start on line 3, last measure. Here's the B on the A string. Set that 2 on the D, walk that 3 over, and then you have, and now the C sharp on the next page is right here. Okay, so you see here, it's on the G string, you just walk it straight over. That's the position that we sometimes think of as high 2, but here it's going to be extra low 3. So here we are. Third line, last measure, the B, set that 2, set that 3, okay, and then you can, I'd keep the second finger down, you can just open everything up, and then here's the second measure on the next line. The G sharp is a low 4. All right, there's that hemiola thing too. So let's back up and do that again. All right, so from the first page, third line, last measure. Okay, we've got regular B. You're going to put that second finger down. For the E sharp, just pretend it's an F natural. Do the B on the G string, and it's real. Notice all three of my fingers are just half steps apart. Okay, they're really close together, no space. So you have the B, set the E sharp, walk over, walk this over. Okay, now we're at the top of the second page. I'm going to open up the A string, but keep the second finger on the D string. And here's the F sharp is the third finger. G sharp is the fourth finger. Still the F sharp. Okay, don't move yet. We still have to walk over to the A string. So now we're on page 2, second line, second measure. Now just slide that up to your regular B. Next line. All right, so that's that cadence at the end of the hemiola spot there. All right, so we're almost done. So we just finished on the bottom of page 2, last measure. Actually, I'm going to back up and do the hemiola. Go page 2, third line, last measure. So this is the pickup to measure 25. 1 and 2. Keep going. Rest, rest. Get that C sharp ready and... Okay, my finger's a little flattened out because I did that rollover, but as long as it's in tune, it's great. Okay, on the next video, I'll just play the whole thing through with a metronome.